Welcome back to the Barrel Talk Podcast. This is episode 131. Joined with Connor Carson's Nick Wynn on the call. How we doing?
Type shit.
We doing, man.
Tired as hell.
Back with off-season shit.
NFL Combine starting up.
Combine today. It's just the Combine. No one important's kind of doing anything.
Ran himself.
Yeah, he did.
Combine year.
He fucking barely.
The Combine's always fun for like clips to look back on.
Hell yeah.
But
I always see the Combine video of Kittle at the Combine.
I don't take too much stock into the Combine like
Ever since Zach Wilson ruined the Combine. Or Pro Day or whatever it is. Because people will throw out the Pro Day, but they won't throw out the Combine.
See, J.J. McCarthy is about to do the same exact thing.
J.J. McCarthy is going to light up the Combine and then be shit, probably.
I ain't going to say be shit, but I'll see it when I believe.
Yeah.
I'll believe when I see it.
I'll see it when I believe it.
But back into our off-season topics.
Rebuilds.
Yep.
Basically.
For a lot of these teams, we're going to be doing the AFC East and AFC South today. Each of us got a couple teams. Whoever wants to start can go ahead.
I'll go. The AFC East. Is that my boys? Buffalo? Mm-hmm. It is. So, you're going to lose Gabe Davis. That's just, it is what it is. They ain't got the money to re-sign him. So we just going to lose Gabe Davis. You know what you do when you lose a receiver? You just go get another one. You draft one. Yeah. They're going to draft another receiver. This receiving class is amazing. And it doesn't really matter who you put next to Stephon Diggs. I mean, he's going to make him better. You have Kendall Shakir still, and he's young, so he'll play more. But I would go get a secondary receiver. We're going to cut Von Miller. Von Miller, if we cut Von Miller right now, we're saving about $30 million cap or something like that, somewhere around there. And he did not do shit last season. I don't even think he had a sack. So I think it's time to just get rid of him.
And he came into the year hurt.
Yeah, he's been hurt. He's getting older. There's just no point. I don't even know why they signed him to that crazy-ass deal when they did.
6 years.
6-year deal for how old he is. We're just not going to do that anymore. See you later. Bye-bye. They only got a couple, key free agents. I'm not sure what they're going to do with Jordan Poyer. Personally, I would bring him back because you kind of need some veteran on the secondary because your secondary is not very good. Micah Hyde's probably going to come back. You're going to get Tre'Davious White back next year. Otherwise, you're basically just going to find that all in the draft. You're going to because this draft class is pretty good. I mean, the draft is 7 rounds. You're going to find some diamonds in the rough. You're going to go sign some guys that don't even get drafted. It's basically about just having numbers at that point because their injuries were so big last season, especially with the Dolphins and them. They were throwing in guys that didn't really get any playing time, but. I would re-sign AJ Epinesa, bring back him, and I would re-sign Leonard Floyd. Other than that, if you just restructure a couple contracts and everything, there's nothing really more to do. I mean, the Bills are still a good team. Mm-hmm. Josh Allen is still fine. Josh Allen's only going to take you as far as Josh Allen wants to. They finally had a run game this season at the end. James Cook will try to take them. Stephon Diggs hopefully becomes a person next season. And you should be fine. I mean, as long as that defense can stay healthy, as long as the team can stay healthy, they should be good. So it's not a crazy amount of stuff to do for the Bills other than a lot of retooling and tweaking.
They're just in a spot now where Josh Allen's obviously making enough and making a lot of money to where they have to hit on late draft picks. They have to kind of find those diamonds in the rough.
Because they're going to have a late 20 pick. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, for a lot of these, when we do these little, and obviously this is all objective, or objective. I'm not telling them to go do this. This is what I think they should do. This is what I think they should do. If they don't do it, whatever. Mm-hmm. But this is what I think they should do. But yeah, it's going to be a lot for the better teams. It's just retooling and tweaking. It's
the fun part of all this is looking at the rebuilding teams and everything else in the middle of the pack teams and what they should do.
But we don't discriminate. We're going to do every team.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, Bills are going to be the Bills. I mean, until
the Bills were Bills.
Until they can get to the championship game or make it any further in the playoffs, they're going to have kind of the same narrative and same criticism about them.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully,
Von Miller's just the biggest problem.
Yeah. Biggest cap problem for sure.
Because they could definitely add a couple pieces of this free agency to replace a Gabe Davis if they do open up that cap space. Will they? I don't know.
They even had Shakir, who was playing good at the end of the season. So
and you still have Kincaid.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dalton Kincaid. You can even move him to receiver if you really want to.
Because you have, what's his face, too? The other tight end.
Dawson Knox.
Knox, yeah.
So, I mean, I would like to see them still go try to add somebody. Maybe if you do cut Von Miller, maybe add somebody a little bit better than Gabe Davis, because we've seen Gabe Davis, like, basically disappear on the field at times. Some his fault, some not his fault, but
they're going to look cool.
Yeah.
All Josh Allen's interceptions are going to look cool.
But I don't know. They're more so just trimming up the edges, for sure. But Nick, you can go ahead and go with who you have.
Yeah, I got the Dolphins. Dolphins are in a little bit of a weird spot because, like, get beat in the first, second round, whenever they got beat. And their defense is kind of falling apart in the free agency market. They're losing, like, Christian Wilkins. They're losing Jerome Baker, Andrew Van Ginkel. They're losing a few offensive linemen as well.
AVG.
So I don't really know what they're going to do. $30 million over the cap. Tua's contract just kind of kicks in now. Or not his contract, his last year, which is $23 million instead of like
they're trying to work out an extension,
like $1 million or less. So you're in a weird spot because I don't think you can go draft a quarterback. I don't think you move off of Tua. I think he has to be your guy. No. So maybe if they can give him a long-term contract that can bring down his cap number a little bit, save him some money, cut some other guys, restructure some contracts. But right now, I really just think they need to figure out a way to just keep who they have together, honestly.
It sucks because they
really just fell apart at the end of the season.
Yeah.
That was really it. Like, I already said it, I have no, like, sympathy for them just because, like,
they lost like 3 games
in a row and then lost the game to the Bills to basically put them in, and then they got screwed and had to play the Chiefs.
But like a terrible weather game, not saying trying to give them excuses, but just stating the facts of like what they had.
Could have just beat the Bills.
Like if you would have beat the Bills, you didn't have to go through that situation.
Yeah.
I don't know who they would have played if they would have beat the Bills though.
Well, I think the Bills still got in.
Yeah.
So then I think the Bills and Chiefs would have faced each other. So then that means
Texans? Texans won the division.
That means they would have probably played the Steelers.
Yeah.
Dolphins Steelers would have been weird.
Steelers. Yeah, so they would have ended up.
They would have just swapped.
Them. Yeah. So, I mean,
it's just a weird spot because like when I look at they can't afford like anybody off the free agency market. So it's just you got to really try to rebuild.
They just got rid of Xavier Howard.
Yeah.
Because they just needed to clear a bunch of cap.
Howard, yeah.
And then Jalen Ramsey makes a fuck ton of money. And then, I'm trying to think of, like, Tyreek Hill makes a fuck ton of money. And I'm trying to think of who else, like, makes a lot of money. Like, I know Waddle makes a decent amount of money.
Waddle does.
But there's no way, like, they don't even have a tight end. So, like, it can't be, I guess your lineman.
Maybe you try to restructure Jalen Ramsey.
You got to restructure a lot of people.
Try to clear up more, because he's probably damn near your highest paid player almost. But he's, for a good reason, because he is an instant impact as soon as he got healthy for this Dolphins team. It's just they fucked themselves over by not beating the Bills. Yeah. So it was kind of their fault.
So again,
Bradley Chubb,
Teron
Armstead.
I forgot about him. Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Were making like $15+ million.
It would have. They
were making 30.
I would be looking at this so much differently if they like got to the second divisional or they got to the championship game. Because then you're like, okay, we know what we need. We can trim up the edges, kind of like the Bills. But the Bills know what they need to do. The Dolphins don't know what they need to do, I feel like. Because, like, could you have asked for? Like, maybe all, like, the other teams, we could have been healthier. Like, Waddle obviously could have been healthier because he was in and out of the lineup multiple times last year.
That's every team. You can't complain about that. Like,
I had thought they could go into this offseason not even looking at their cap situation and look at maybe, like, it's cool, like, having Devon Achane and, like, but, like, adding Derrick Henry to an explosive offense that already exists, like, would be crazy. But, like, they don't have the cap space to really go out there and do that because they have so many other needs that they need to address. So it sucks that they can't even really upgrade offensively. They're kind of just trying to stay put and roll the dice next year.
Yeah, I think they have to kind of keep that running back by committee going. Because, like, I don't think they can afford a big name.
That's what I said. You're coming off Raheem Mostert's career year.
Yeah.
Like, what, second in touchdowns to just Christian McCaffrey? Like, I don't know. I don't think it's worth it to pay Derrick Henry the amount of money he's probably going to want.
I would just always see, like, jersey edits of this person in a Dolphins uniform. And I'm like, why? Like, why would you do that? And like, Achane was, like, hurt part of last year, too. And he's a dog when he's healthy. Like, I don't know. They were good last year, but they can't. This is also scary because, like, this is a year where Tua was healthy. I'm not saying he's going to get hurt next year, but it's something you always have to look at.
Just in case.
He was healthy and his cap was like $1 million.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's going to be very interesting to see what they do.
So, yeah. Weird spot. Especially in that AFC, man.
Well, one thing, as I'm on Twitter, just in case stuff drops, the combine's going on, supposedly Saquon Barkley's number one landing spot is the Texans right now. He said him and C.J. Stroud have been hanging out a lot more, and that looks like to be that's probably where he's going to go. Wow. Wouldn't that be fucking crazy? CJ, you got CJ, Nico, Dalton Schultz, Saquon, defense still good. Tank Dell's coming back. Good O-line, good coach.
I mean, Singletary was even heating up for him last year, too.
Just imagine if you have Saquon back there.
So
Jesus. But, yeah, that's neither here nor there.
I can hop into the Titans.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God.
Titans
are interesting.
They are. I have a lot of fun doing and diving into these. So, cap space, they have about $65 million.
Oh, I got a good amount.
They have seventh pick, 38th pick in the second round.
Mm-hmm.
They're free agents. You got Derrick Henry, obviously.
But he's gone.
He's gone. Ryan Tannehill, he's gone.
He's gone.
Aaron Brewer, we're going to bring back for the O-line. Sean Bunting, we're going to bring back.
Yep.
You need secondary depth. And then their main needs are just O-line, like every team.
Mm-hmm.
You could always bolster up the O-line because I feel like at times Will Levis was getting absolutely murdered when he shouldn't have been. Corner depth, tackle depth. Really, they don't really have any kind of edge rusher at all, really. They kind of just rolling like that. And then they could use another receiver next to D-Hop. But looking at their free agent, we're bringing back Sean Bunting, Aaron Brewer, possibly picking up Tyler Boyd, looking at that elite slot guy that can play off of D-Hop really well. And Will Levis, I mean, I feel like they're really part of the reason why I think they fired Dable, or like part of the way, is they're trying to go into a new era offensively and being able to, like, you have a quarterback with a huge arm. Like, we're wanting to throw the ball 30 to 40 to 45 times a game. And I think
he's a dog.
And Vrabel, I feel like, just didn't fit what they wanted to do going forward.
Mm-hmm.
So adding somebody like Tyler Boyd always helps on the offense. You're adding Jonah Williams, help the O-line. They don't. Tight end, kind of up in the air.
Okonkwo.
I had him picking up Noah Fant.
Okay. Is he a free agent?
Yeah, serviceable tight end.
Okay.
Why not? Out Seattle, who knows if they're going to bring him back. And then a sleeper. He's not going
to command much money either.
Yes, and then a sleeper pick. I know they have. God, I can't think of his name. They're running back now.
Spears?
Yes.
Tajay
Spears. So you have him, but I feel like we're moving into a direction where if you're not big name Christian McCaffrey level, like, you should probably have running back by committee for the most part. And this is like a super, like, no risk kind of thing. Like, J.K. Dobbins is a free agent.
Yeah.
We've seen him when he's healthy. He's pretty good. Coming off of another major injury. But
I've seen a lot of stuff about the Cowboys signing him.
But if you bring him in, you can bring him in for the super, super low. He can kind of fill in your backfield, like, because you already have your back already. Mm-hmm. Adding him to that room could kind of be a crazy dynamic because he's good when he's healthy. And we've seen him come back from injuries before and be good, like he was this year. So, just a kind of a risk-free kind of going and signing.
The only thing I don't like about that is, like, they're basically, like, the same build. I think they would like to bring in somebody, if they're going to use Tajay, I think they're going to use somebody that's, like, more go in between the tackles.
Mm-hmm. Kind of how, like, Mott and Gibbs are.
Mott.
Yeah. That's why I think they wouldn't go after JK specifically.
But the idea of picking up a back, the idea of going and trying to get it back. Even somebody like Singletary.
Yeah,
could fill that because if the Texans get Saquon, they probably lose out on Singletary. Somebody like them. Just picking up a back to make your backfield more dynamic is huge. With all of these signings, I mean, I don't really see them out here making some big time splash because even with those, you'll have like around 40 mil, 39 mil left in cap.
Titans are.
They don't really, and I don't see anybody
they're gonna be in purgatory for a little bit.
I think this is add some pieces, some kind of not project guys, but add some good pieces that for a longer term, because you're not really a destination that free agents were gonna like jumping out their seats to go for. Yes.
Yeah, you just gotta get younger.
These guys feel old.
Well, like they still got like Treylon Burks and then like their draft guys that they get in there now. Still got some of your guys on defense. I mean, fuck, they're just mid.
They really traded AJ Brown for Treylon Burks.
Yeah, Yeah.
And
Hey,
then
give him some time.
with their picks, I have them getting Joe Alt. I think it makes sense. Because when I'm looking at all these mocks now, there really isn't a top-tier receiver, young receiver on the board at the time they would pick if it goes all in a row, like most mocks are saying. Well, go ahead, get Joe Alt, probably the best offensive tackle in the draft. Go ahead and add him. You have your piece on your own line for years to come. And then second round, I'm getting Jonah Ellis, who's an edge out of Utah.
Okay.
Other than that, I mean, you're adding a piece to your offense and your defense in your first 2 rounds. You're trying to switch out, go to the younger side, and change your offense. It's going to take a couple years to do.
Mm-hmm.
But Will Levis is still going to have D-Hop.
Well,
they're still going to be okay.
Maybe not. There's been reports that they're going to cut him for salary cap purposes.
Unless they are confident they can go get another receiver
maybe trade
in
up.
there or trade up or do something, I would just keep D-Hop because him and Will Levis already seem to have an instant connection as soon as Will Levis started. So, like, I wouldn't... And I hate the fact that teams, like, they'll try to save cap by cutting D-Hop, right, or whatever. You're taking away his best weapon. Like he's going to regress when you do that. And if you don't replace that weapon with something... And
that's
then
what
you're
they're trying to do.
Hopefully they do that. You would think. But, like, don't take away his best weapon and then say he get mad when he isn't progressing like he was last year.
No one to throw to.
Because he has no... Then you're really relying on Treylon Burks' development.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would just keep D-Hop. If he wants to be there, fuck it. We'll keep him.
Yeah.
Because then it's going to be the same thing as last year where he gets on the open market and for some reason, maybe it would be different this year. Nobody wanted D-Hop like he was washed or something. Like, D-Hop could still be serviceable, but... I don't know. For the Titans, this is going to be a couple years process for sure.
Yeah, Titans are in purgatory. They're in mid mode. There's just so many, like, there's just a couple teams that are just going to be mid. Like, they're just going to get their 7 wins, 6 wins, and, like, that's going to be it.
And they're kind of in a division that is so young in terms of talent, where the Texans, Jags, Colts, like, all 3 of those teams are kind of on the up and up, especially this past year.
Very
the Titans
weird.
can kind of fly under the radar a little bit and kind of build more for the future with Will Levis.
Mm-hmm. Then, well, I guess we're going to go back into that division because I got the Colts. Again, not like a team that needs like a whole crazy amount. Like, you got to think that if they had AR, Anthony Richardson, the whole season, maybe that the season's a lot different. Maybe they win games that they should have won or that they like shouldn't have lost and all that kind of stuff. And then in that final game, maybe they takes a different jump, if they have him. But you're going to bring him back. That's going to be awesome. I think they should franchise tag Michael Pittman. I wouldn't really worry about a long term right now. I would go.
I like that because I think they're probably a lot farther than.
That's what I mean. I don't think they've even come close to talking about it. And I would probably go 1 season with Anthony Richardson at starting your guy the whole time. And then if Michael Pittman goes off, that's when you sign him to the long term. Kind of the same thing with T. Higgins. Like T. Higgins and him are going to do the same thing.
I like that.
I think they need to sign Geno Stone. I think he would be a perfect safety for them. I think they need to re-sign Kenny Moore, who's a really good corner. He's damn near their number 1 corner. Honestly, I really wouldn't hate a Stephon Gilmore reunion for like a year. I think Stephon Gilmore's at that point in his career where he's just going to start signing year deals or 2-year deals to basically get that secondary going.
He's still good enough to guard 2s and 3s, but I don't think he can be your number 1 corner.
That's why Kenny Moore is going to be their number 1. And if they want, they should re-sign Julian Blackmon too, because he's another safety that they need. The Colts are sneaky young on defense. They got a couple of defensive guys in there. Their linebacker core needs a lot of help though. Their secondary is fine. D-line's okay, but you got no linebacker core. You lost Shaquille Leonard because he went to the Eagles and became worse somehow. I think that's where you have to attack in the draft. I don't have the mock drafts or anything because I don't really know anything about it yet. But you got to address edge rusher and linebacker. That's really all you need to look at. Or go sign some linebackers if you really need to. I really wouldn't hate a Bobby Wagner signing either. I know you're signing these older guys, but you're at that point where these older guys are going to help you so fucking much. Because they're going to help all these younger guys. And if you get Bobby Wagner on that defense, him and DeForest Buckner in there, bro, that's going to be a good defense.
Mock Drafts has them drafting Kuion Mitchell.
Who the fuck is that?
He's a cornerback.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. But, yeah, corner wouldn't be terrible. They need to restructure Quentin Nelson. I think he's making a little too much money. If they can bring that down a little bit. Their O-line's pretty good. Colts have always had a decent O-line. They've really had no problems with the O-line. And I think this is where Gabe Davis should go. I think Gabe Davis should go to the Colts. I think if you give AR another weapon, it makes a whole lot of sense because right now they're rolling with Alec Pierce and whoever the fuck else. Basically.
I think Pierce can be a solid 3.
Yeah, that's your
solid
3.
3.
Gabe Davis is your take the top off guy. Mm-hmm. Michael Pittman's your number 1. You got your Alec Pierce can be your slot guy.
And you're going to be a run heavy team anyways. With
Yeah,
Taylor
and if you want, you can draft a tight end in the fucking in the draft if you really want to.
This would be a perfect spot because people always talk about just in mocks, just how I'm doing research about it. It's just like how valuable is Brock Bowers. They know he's good.
He's gonna go before them.
Yeah, I know, but they're saying if he slides, like all these teams, like from in the teens, could use him.
Well, it's because they're like, I don't know. The Colts have been like tied in by committee for so long. It was like Mo Alley Cox, Jack Doyle, like all these people. I think they should cut Mo Alley Cox personally to save some cap. But this also wouldn't be a bad spot for Noah Fant. If Noah Fant really wanted to go somewhere and be used, like I think he'd probably be used with the Colts. I wouldn't have a problem with that either.
They also they have so many weapons to where they just need somebody serviceable, somebody that they can get, somebody really that can block for Richardson and somebody who can also create.
Yeah, it's just another person in there that can help them a lot. I mean, there's a lot of tight ends that you can go and get. I mean, they could even go grab like a Robert Tonyan on a year deal, someone that just is just gonna get open and like help them. So that's basically because that's all you really need. Just let him get comfortable in the pocket. You get a younger guy in there. So like if Noah Fant can just be open like here and there for a check down, like that's gonna go a long ways.
I like Gabe Davis because I
think it helps them a lot.
It's mainly they just need Anthony Richardson to like be healthy for a year to really see what they have. He looked really, really good when he was healthy, and then got hurt twice. So I mean, if they can just see what they have a full year of him,
he needs to start doing like what Fields did, is like sliding. Basically, you're not gonna make it far. Like Joe Burrow learned it. Like all these younger guys are gonna learn. Like you can't be taking hits, man.
No,
you're gonna rank up those concussions, and you're gonna not be able to play. So that's literally what happened. And then he get shoulder surgery as well. Yeah. So yeah, he's got a lot going on.
But that's what put him out for the year.
He needs to start sliding for sure.
I don't know if the shoulder one was contact or not.
It was. I think it was. I think he was trying to like a goal line run, and he tried to throw a shoulder onto someone. I think. But
you gotta think when you're looking at it, like Gardner Minshew took this team to.
Oh, also re-sign Gardner Minshew was a thing. I saw a couple people say maybe not re-sign him and go get Josh Dobbs as their backup, but I was like, that doesn't really make any sense.
It's the same, too much of the same.
That basically means you're like spitting on Gardner Minshew. Yeah. Like you just led us to almost the playoffs for the whole season, and now we're not even going to re-sign you.
Gardner Minshew,
even if it's for a year.
Unless some team offers Gardner Minshew, like, damn, you're basically going to be
like
damn near a starter.
Gardner Minshew is like the best backup in the league. Like,
easily. He damn near took them to the playoffs.
That's what I mean. Like, you got to bring him back.
And if the receiver caught the ball, they would have went to the playoffs.
Yeah, Tyler Goodson.
He took them to a playing game.
Yeah,
Tyler Goodson, Iowa.
So
way to drop that ball.
I think bringing him back is priority, damn near top of your priority. With Anthony Richardson already having injury
Michael
concerns.
Pittman's top of your priority right now.
Oh, Michael Pittman, but
that's your top. But I think they're gonna tag him. Tagging him is the easiest thing to do.
I just think they should.
And I don't think he's the kind of guy who's gonna get like, ooh, I don't want to play on a tag.
Yeah,
like he'll be fine.
It might be something people aren't talking about is Minshew because he is a free agent. They should bring him back because trust me, a lot of teams are looking at Gardner Minshew like, if our quarterback goes down, we can be just fine.
Yeah. The Colts are interesting. It makes me want to start a Colts franchise on Madden. Just take off with Anthony Richardson or something. But yeah, the Colts are another team that kind of needs some like tweaks here and there. Maybe one good signing is Gabe Davis. Yeah. I think that takes your offense to a new level. Let that deep threat.
With how up and down the Jags are, they can compete. Like if Anthony Richardson like comes out here and hoops next season, like they can compete for the division.
Yeah, definitely.
The only team in that division that ain't competing. Yeah, the only team that ain't competing really is the Titans. And the Jags we thought should be running away with this
Jags
division,
are just getting worse every year for some reason.
So they just regress every year.
But yeah, that's all I got for the Colts.
But Nick can hop into the Jags.
Yep.
I hop right into the Jags. Our team of last year, 2 years ago, I guess now.
We're going to need a new team for next year.
Who was our team this year?
I think we all had different ones. Oh, was it the Lions?
Kind of, yeah, it was the Lions.
Mine was the Falcons for the year.
Yeah.
And then That was basically my other team was the Falcons. So I don't know if we had a team
I just
one.
stuck to the Jags, and it did not work out.
You could say it's the Lions. We all were rooting for the Lions.
We were all
Yeah,
going
the
for the
Lions.
Lions.
No, we got to pick a new one. It's gonna be the
With the
might be
Jags.
Colts.
Went out sorry last year.
Yep. Sorry as
We
hell.
gotta fix some things.
Like not even sorry.
Right.
Like sorry as hell. Like
They had the division locked up all fucking year too.
then you lose the Titans in the final game.
Lose the Titans.
Titans came out.
Titans came out
So
stout.
you know what they did?
They was stout that game.
They called me up. They said, "Hey,
Yep.
bro, Nick, we need you.
We need
We
you.
need you to fill in at GM." I said, "Okay,
Okay.
I got y'all. All right, got 24 million cap space.
Not
we got
enough.
some big issues going on. All right, Josh Allen needs re-signed,
Yes, he does.
and he's the only person on the team who gets any pressure. So we're gonna re-sign him. I don't know how much he wants, but don't care.
Just gonna give it to him.
The other big problem is the defensive backfield. These motherfuckers can't cover anybody.
Hell no.
So, got two things we're going to do.
Yep.
We have the number 17 pick. We're taking this guy named Nate Wiggins. That's what it says on the mock draft, so I'm just going with it.
Yep.
We're taking him Clemson corner.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Don't hate it. Day
So,
one
we're
starter.
taking that. And then in free agency, we're taking either, we're going back to the Stephon Gilmore or we're picking up Antoine Winfield from the Bucks. One of those guys
tough.
we're getting.
They could
Be
tag
tough.
him.
They could.
They could tag him.
They could
But
tag
if
him.
they don't, we're, in this world they don't, and he makes it to the open market.
Yep.
We're getting one of those guys.
Okay. So there,
We're
boom, you
also
got
getting
two
Christian
corners
Wilkins
and a safety,
from the
just like
Dolphins.
that.
We're also getting Christian Wilkins from the Dolphins because
Oh,
we need some more
damn.
pressure beside Josh Allen.
Damn. Okay, we breaking the bank.
I'm surprised you're not going the Danielle Hunter
you know what
route.
we're going to do? We're going to restructure some contracts.
Okay.
But
Cut
that's
some people.
That's all the moves we're making. We're not making any moves on the offensive side.
Restructure.
We got Evan Ingram.
Just cut some. Are you guys? Are you re-signing Calvin Ridley though?
I forgot about Calvin. Honestly,
Or you just give the Falcons that? Or no, you keep the second pick
Yeah.
if you don't re-sign
Second
him.
rounder,
But
yeah.
if you do re-sign him, you have to give the Falcons a second round pick.
You could just go
we're
draft a
keeping that
receiver.
second round pick.
Ah, fuck that. I don't think I'm gonna get a
I
receiver that's better than
didn't
him.
even like the connection between them. Like I was expecting so much more.
Personally,
You think it needs another year?
I would re-sign him. I would re-sign him.
I also don't know what he wants.
You
Like, I don't
could
think Calvin
even
Ridley's
tag
accepting
him.
a 1 year
How
deal.
does that work? Do they still have to give up the pick if they tag him? No way, right?
I don't know.
That wouldn't make any sense. That's a good question.
Is Calvin Ridley worth a tag though?
I mean, who the fuck else are you gonna tag?
Nobody. Like that's a lot. Like the tag is a lot of money.
I see
You don't
peop-
have to use it.
I see people tagging their kickers.
Well, yeah, because it's different per position.
It's different per position. I don't know. I don't remember what the
kicker.
wide receiver one was.
It's
it's-
expensive.
it's under-
like 17 mil, I think.
Yeah, say it's under 20 mil. I mean,
If you're not going to
17
replace him with
we got.
somebody, you might as well bring him back.
17 mil we don't got.
You might as well bring him back.
I don't. In my world, we're not. All right?
Okay, okay.
This is my world. We're not doing.
So he hits the market.
We are with that second round pick.
So-
This is a wide receiver rich draft.
Is that
All right,
canon?
We're gonna look at it. We'll make another move.
Is my Colts universe and his Jags universe canon? Because I'll switch Gabe Davis. Say we go get Calvin Ridley.
It's going to be.
But we'll get another receiver. We got Evan Ingram. He a career year.
Yep.
Yep.
You know, sorry, we signed Christian Kirk to make 30 mil a year.
And then his
2
balls
years ago.
exploded.
He a dog, though.
Yeah.
So, you know, besides that, there's not much you can do. I really think they need to focus on the defense, though, because, like, you can't be getting shredded up like this.
And the AFC, if you don't have an elite defense, you're not going anywhere.
You're
or
fucked.
at least a middle of the pack level defense that can make some plays here and there.
Yeah.
But I mean,
and if you maybe draft somebody with a second, like, you can get Calvin Ridley, but, like, again, that's taking up all of his cap space, and you need to do something on defense.
I mean, negative cap space. Fuck it.
I'm surprised you didn't go down the Danielle Hunter route because they were in rumors to trade for him at the deadline, and then like he's gonna hit the open market, and he's somebody that him and Josh Allen would be fired together defensively.
Be fired together, but I think you're just signing two guys who are doing the same thing when we need again more shit in the defensive backfield as well.
And you got Trayvon Walker, who's cheaper.
Yeah,
Kind of on the other side.
Danielle
you
Hunter's
still
gonna
got
be
Trayvon Walker.
Danielle Hunter's gonna be getting a bag.
Former first round overall pick. Trayvon
Yeah,
Walker.
so hopefully he does something.
Who should it be? Who should be on the Jags right now? Aiden Hutchinson.
Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah,
be on
Aiden
the
What
Hutchinson
the fuck?
should be. Wow.
That doesn't make any sense.
That would be insane.
Josh Allen and Aiden Hutchinson rushing the. Whew, would be
Jags,
good.
they will still find a way to be exactly where they are right now.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. yeah, that's what we're doing and hoping it sticks.
Are you, question, because the Jags were our team, are you putting Peterson on hot seat this year if they kind of underperform again? Yeah.
Doug Peterson?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
It's a hot seat year for him.
If they do bad.
Would this be considered bad?
Like, oh my gosh, this dude's insane.
I mean, if you finish above 500, he's probably not on the hot seat. If they finish below 500, he might get fired.
But, like, if it happens like it did this year.
Kind of like a McVay thing. Like when we said McVay was going to be on the hot seat when they were like really fucking bad that 1 year. And then they came back to this year and they were all right.
It's just, if they were able to get ahead in the division and lose it to the Texans or the Colts again.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay.
No, I think they like that dynamic with Doug Peterson and Trevor. So I don't think they want to get rid of anything with that. Plus, like, who are you gonna go out and get? Like, Mike Vrabel's the only other one that kind of makes sense. Like, he makes sense anywhere. Mm-hmm. So I don't want Bill Belichick to go coach the fucking Jags.
No. God,
so
no.
I don't know. You might as well just keep him.
Yeah.
Who'd you have?
He might be the best you're gonna get right now. Yeah.
I'm gonna hop into the Jets.
The Jets.
This is fucking.
Oh, Jets.
So basically, going in. Looking at the team view, I'm like, wow.
Man, Zach Wilson just got. He said he could look for a trade today.
That clears up cap space if they trade him.
Yep.
So, if this offense was at least middle of the pack, this is a playoff team. The defense was absolutely fucking stout, much all year.
Fucking phenomenal.
So,
Number one defense. So
their current salary cap, $15 million. If you trade Zach Wilson, that opens up about 5.5. CJ Uzoma.
You gotta
cut him. You add up another $5 million right there. Laken Tomlinson, did he already?
What? Get cut?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I think he did.
I'm pretty sure he already. So that that clears up $8 million right there. So that adds you about $33-34 million.
Not bad.
Not including restructures and everything else. Main thing you need. I mean, you need O-line.
Yeah.
You need O-line. You need O-line. You need a receiver. And you're going to be in the market for a backup. Because if you trade Zach Wilson, you're going to need a backup. Aaron Rodgers was already hurt this year.
And you need a good backup.
And you need a pretty solid backup. So here's what we're doing. 10th pick, whatever offensive tackle is there, we're taking him. We're taking him. If Joe Walt's there, that's the dream
tackle
scenario.
Or guard. Got to be tackle, right?
Tackle.
Yeah.
So any tackle that's there, because all of them are pretty good in that range. Whoever's there available, we're taking them. Right? Now, this is where we get busy. This is where I got busy.
Yep. So do you bring back Mekhi Becton? There's a tackle. He's fat, but like that's tackle. Like
we'll bring him back, possibly move him around in the line because you could have just threw that whole O line away, but bring him back, possibly move him to guard, something different like that. But looking at our free agent, I mean, you need a backup. You need a pretty solid backup. Could have went a couple ways with this. Marcus Mariota.
Oof. Okay.
I kind of was sitting here, was like,
bring him to New York.
Him, Ryan Tannehill were the top quarterbacks. So I was like, we're gonna go Mariota, right? We're going Mariota. Somewhere between $3 to $5 million. You need a backup.
Maybe for a year.
Yeah.
A year or two. Why not?
And then we're gonna go get Robert Hunt for the line, Damian Lewis for the line.
Oh, jeez.
Then in need of a tight end.
Yep. Brock Bowers.
Mike Gesicki.
Maybe not.
We're gonna go Mike Gesicki.
Okay.
Somebody who pretty solid receiving tight end. Another weapon on offense, and then you don't really have much to work with.
We don't really have much more money.
Looking at who you could restructure on defense, more so in that realm to clear up a little bit more cap, but even then, with how a bunch of the shit is coming out about the Giants offense and how it wasn't the standard and everything, I saw everybody talking about it. Not really the hottest place to go right now for a receiver. So
with Mecole Hardman saying, hey, I need to leave.
But you really just need a guy who can come in, play some snaps, because you have Lazard, you have Garrett Wilson, you have Breece Hall, you add Gesicki in this world, like, you have Aaron Rodgers still. Imagine this is a healthy Aaron Rodgers season. He's going to make it happen. It's Aaron fucking Rodgers. But, last name on this list, free agent pickup.
Royd receiver.
Chase Claypool.
Ooh.
Chase Claypool. You need a guy
What?
who can just go out there and get it.
Not like a Mooney?
No, I don't think they
or an Osborne.
They don't have the money for that.
Okay.
KJ Osborne would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
But they legit don't have the money for it.
Okay.
Like adding all this up, you're like scraping the bit to go get Chase Claypool for like $3 million. But I mean, Chase Claypool, Pair him with Aaron Rodgers, who knows what could happen. If it doesn't work out, you still have weapons on offense already to where it wouldn't be too bad. But you got to think, the defense is going to be stout. Robert Saleh is on the hot seat this year for sure. But the defense is going to be stout. It's always been stout. If Aaron Rodgers can just get this offense to anything middle of the pack, this is going to be a fucking tough-ass team to play because their defense is so good. So if they can get the offense to anywhere middle of the pack, Aaron Rodgers, I believe, can do that if he's healthy. But if you don't address that O-line, he's obviously not going to get healthy at all. So I think they can be okay. I wouldn't put them as... I would have to see them play with Aaron Rodgers for a full couple games, couple weeks, before I can say they're going to be this and that in the division.
Okay.
But, I mean, they don't have any fucking bread.
Chase Claypool. That really is, like bottom of the bucket.
Like,
He's got no bread.
He's got no bread. Like,
got no bread.
Like, you could obviously restructure a bunch of people on your defense to clear more cap, but it's just like, you're not clearing up that much cap to go get a Gabe Davis.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're either like, you might be able to get somebody like Osborne or like Mooney, but it's like, fuck, like, might as well just put more of that space into your O-line into other shit, because you're going to have Rodgers and the Garrett Wilson connection, and you're going to have Breece Hall, so. I mean, you should be in a good spot if things work out right and you're healthy. But I mean,
Should be decent.
Yeah, you should be okay. You should be all right. And in a perfect world, if you can get Brock Bowers, fuck it. If he slides to you,
he would help them so much.
Yeah, like he can do a little bit of everything. He helps the line, can receive, like he can do everything.
They're talking about the Bears taking him at 9, and I was like, damn. I was like, we were on a 2 tight end set. Fuck around.
He's the dream pick for them if he slides there. But yeah. Did you have another team?
I don't know how many were we doing this episode?
No, we were just doing these 2 divisions.
Okay, then I only had the 2.
Nick, did you have anybody else?
I don't think so. Oh wait, I got the Texans.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Because I'm pretty sure I have. Who did I have? Yeah, I had Dallas, Eagles, and Falcons
for the next one.
That's for the next. That's for next episode.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, the Texans. The Texans are simple.
Another team to retool.
Mm-hmm.
The Texans are simple. Oh, Dalton Schultz is a free agent. We signed him back.
Well, you just heard that Saquon wants to be there.
Saquon, we signed him. How much cap space they got? Let me look.
About to be none.
They have.
No, they're middle of the pack.
$67 million. Yeah, so we're signing.
Okay. Okay. So you're signing Dalton Schultz and Saquon?
Dalton Schultz and Saquon. Sheldon Rankins.
Okay. D-line help.
Tackle. Like, is it Derek Barnett, you're signing back. Jerry Hughes, you're probably signing back.
Old ass Jerry Hughes.
Devin Singletary, you can let go.
Yep.
God, they got money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got hella money, but they got a lot of free agents.
Oh.
God damn. That's a lot of names. I don't know though. But Texans, we're on the up and up. Hey, there's not much you got to do on that offense.
Yeah.
Sign Saquon Barkley. We got 2 receivers we love.
That play action would be disgusting.
From screens.
Well, Dalton Schultz over the middle. Ooh,
what pick do they have?
Like 20s.
But on the defensive side, I mean, you just get some young pieces. There's not much you can do. And then they have
the mock right here.
The mock draft.
Oh, so mock has them drafting Chop Robinson, an edge. Their 23rd pick.
Yeah, the 23rd pick. So yeah, you get a defensive tackle or an edge.
They can get a good edge. They'd have, oh my god, they'd be having Will Anderson and another first round pick guy in there.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
I mean, Texans are kind of self-explanatory.
Yeah, I mean, it's, again,
kind of self-explanatory.
Good team.
You just get Saquon. Your number one priority, get Saquon.
Yeah, get Saquon.
And then, yeah, they get
Saquon. Look fire in that red
that
uni.
All red.
The red helmet. Oh, he's going to look fire.
That's going to be so nasty.
When it's week 8 and it's Texans and Colts.
It's Texans and Giants.
At noon. God.
When the Giants just signed fucking like Tony Pollard or something.
I would hate for whoever has to come in and replace Saquon.
Someone that they draft.
I can kind of wrap the episode up talking about the Patriots.
Pats.
Yep.
86, 80, damn near 87 mil in cap space.
Mac Jones.
Here's what we're doing.
We gonna keep Mac Jones like a backup, or are we trading him, or are we cutting him?
I was kind of gonna leave this up to y'all to talk about, because like you could keep him as a backup. It's like you can cut him, then you're gonna go need a back. Like it's up to you.
Just keep him as a backup. Man.
So I have him getting a quarterback anyways in this draft, though.
I would keep him as a backup just because he's gonna be on his final year of his contract next year. So like you might as well just like.
And you don't need to like. It's not like cutting him, saving cap.
I would rather have him as a backup than Bailey Zappi as a backup.
Right. So you have the third pick. You're in a weird situation because I don't think Jane Daniels fits. He just don't look like he in the Patriots uniform for real. And it's
like sometimes you just gotta go best available.
So follow me. Follow me.
Okay.
Follow me.
You gonna trade back?
We're trading.
We're trading back.
I've seen a lot of mocks take Marvin Harrison, but I'm like,
no.
We need a little bit more.
Who are we trading back with?
Team that needs a quarterback, right? Team that's low on draft capital.
Who is it?
Denver
moving up.
Denver's moving up to the third pick. They're gonna go get their guy, whoever Drake May, whoever slides to them. Jane Daniels at quarterback for.
I'll assume it's Jaden Daniels.
Yeah. So trading back, getting the 12th pick.
All the way to 12, 3 to 12.
So we're getting Denver's first this year.
They don't have any.
Yeah, they do. They have the.
This year, yeah.
Yeah, this year. So this year we're getting the third this year. We're getting a second next year. And we are getting Jerry Jeudy.
Denver is so fucked.
So we're getting 3 picks and Jerry Jeudy, receiver for our offense. He's not making all that money. So 12th pick for Denver. We're getting Terry on Arnold pairing. So our secondary is going to be Gonzalez and Arnold.
Oh, not Denver. Fucking Patriots.
So Gonzalez, Arnold, corners for the secondary. We're looking like the Jets with Reed and Gardner. So we're going to be stout, and they're already pretty good defensively. So with that, and then our second round pick, this is where we go get Michael Penix. We're getting Michael Penix. Seems more of a Patriot.
You think he's going to fall down to the second round?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
And they have an early second round pick. They have 34th pick.
Okay.
So looking at that.
Oh, damn. Yeah, it's like basically a second. Yeah. It's basically a first pick.
So if he falls out of the first round, my mindset is whoever the quarterback is that falls in the second round,
you take him.
So it's either Bo Nix or Michael Penix.
Rattler, one of those guys.
So one of those 3 you're drafting. In this world, Michael Penix falls to you, right? So looking at free agents, Hunter Henry, I'm bringing him back. He was pretty. I mean, he's
Mac Jones' favorite target.
Yes, he's an elite offensive target for Mac Jones. He could probably be even better with Penix. Kendrick Bourne, we're gonna let go.
Yep.
Zeke, I'm gonna bring him back.
Feed Zeke.
I'm gonna bring him back. Ramondre Stevenson has had some injury problems. Zeke came in when getting all the reps was pretty fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Mills, we're gonna let go. Miles Bryant, we're gonna bring back. And then looking at it, in the free agents, bringing back Hunter Henry, Zeke, Miles Bryant. This is where we go get a receiver with some cap. We're going to get Darnell Mooney. Younger guy on the younger side to build around with Penix. Jerry Judy's also on the younger side. All this money.
And you got Juju still.
Yes, and you got Juju. Even though his knee is about to explode at any second. And then you have a lot of money. I also have getting Donovan Peoples-Jones just for receiver depth because they have none of it. So another big name that you could add to the defense. You have the cap to do it. See what you can go get for Chase Young. See if you can go sign him. So it's just you're getting younger, offensively and defensively. You have all the cap to do it, and even with all these signings, you have hella cap left over to do whatever you want to do. But you're addressing all your needs. You could also with the cap, you could probably go get a tackle help because your O-line is up and down. Mm-hmm. But quarterback, you're addressing that. Wide receiver, you're definitely addressing that. Your offense is going to look completely different, and Ramondre Stevenson and Zeke are going to actually be able to do something. So you're adding Michael Penix, bringing back Zeke. You have Ramondre Stevenson, Darnell Mooney, Jerry Jeudy, Hunter Henry back, Chase Young. Your secondary is going to be elite. Like, this is what they need to do.
This is what they need to do.
Okay. Because if you don't trade back, and you're going to have future assets, Denver needs their guy now. They need their guy now.
I feel like Denver won't want to trade back or trade up because, like they just don't want to give up more assets. Like, their future is, like, fucked, dude. Like, you know how many picks they gave up to get fucking Russ?
Well, it's either you get Denver can get Jane Daniels or J.J. McCarthy. So
Denver is just fuck.
Denver's already messed up anyways. But this is a desperate move. Could go get their quarterback. Like, fuck it. And if you're the Patriots and they do this, you're like, damn.
Oh yeah,
For sure. But I mean, Patriots, they're going to be bad for a couple of years. They're building a whole new culture there without Belichick. Penix can kind of be the future guy for them, for sure. And they got hella cap. Their defense is young. Offensively, they're getting younger if they do all this shit. So, Patriots can be in a pretty solid spot, but they're going to be bad for a couple of years. It sucks that they don't have the second pick, because if they have the second pick, this whole thing is so much easier for them. Because then you just draft Drake May, and then you're just like, okay, we roll. But drafting a quarterback when you have a team that has absolutely zero weapons on the receiving side, and your only real weapon is Juju and then Ramondre Stevenson. And then that's really it that for weapons-wise. But that's really all I have for the Patriots.
Maybe the Commanders take Jaden Daniels.
I've heard talks of it. I've also heard talks of the fucking everything.
Yeah.
Who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah. I'm just... Patriots aren't a...
Let's go.
Patriots
downfall. Let's go.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I was kind of trying to be fun with the Patriots because they have the most cap in the league and they can really do anything they want. But are the Patriots gonna... What are they going to do? They're probably going to take Marvin Harrison and then, like, Pro Bowler Mac Jones is going to come back.
So dumb. No, I think they're going to go quarter. I don't think they're that dumb. I think they'll just end up going... I think Marvin Harrison's going to go to the Cardinals. I think he's the best fit for the Cardinals. I think that makes the most sense. Like, they don't have a number one receiver. They need a number one receiver.
Cardinals are at 4.
Kyler's coming back. Like, Kyler... They already announced that Kyler is our franchise quarterback. Like, we're not moving on from him.
If they have Hollywood as their number one, that's just like
If you have Hollywood as your number 2, that's very good. That's a very good number 2. We've talked about the Cardinals before. Mm-hmm. But Marvin Harrison, like, ascends that offense. So, it'll be interesting.
Because we even talked about the possibility of trading Kyler, but that dead cap is...
Yeah, you can't. You can't
do it. I don't know. We said the same thing about Russ.
Yeah, but like Kyler's in such better spirits.
Yeah,
with his like the Broncos like actually just don't like Russ for some reason, and like Kyler's was just injured, and then when he came back, like he was still electric. Mm-hmm. Like, so I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Did you guys see?
Even though we beat the piss out of him.
Did you see Russ on the podcast talking like about all of his how he did,
a little bit of it.
How he didn't. They wanted him to take away his like injury guarantees, and he was like, nah. Like, that shit dead. I don't know.
No.
I feel... Do you guys feel bad for us?
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because he's a scapegoat. We've talked about it. Like, they're just like... He didn't do anything wrong. It's just Sean Payton doesn't like playing him.
I don't know about that.
He beat the Bills, KC. He beat us on that 5-game stretch.
No, there is no reason for a quarterback to have their own office.
Yeah,
so shit like that he did do wrong.
I mean that stems back to like the Seahawks days.
That was 2
like
years ago.
When like I remember like Doug Baldwin and all of them and like Richard Sherman and all said that he was so quiet, like he was to himself, and like he wouldn't go on the team planes, like he'd go like on his own plane over there. So, I mean, I don't know. I think he just needed to go somewhere else. I think him going to the Broncos was just a bad move in general. Like, it's just bad.
What world were we living in? Like, why did the Broncos even do it to begin with?
Could have came to us. We were one of the teams that was... It was before...
Because their defense was good and...
They just needed a quarterback. It was Drew Lock. Drew Lock was the only guy they had. So how long has Russ been on them? Since 2 years now?
3 years.
This is his second year?
This is the second year?
I think so.
He's played 2 years.
Yeah. So 2022... He played like shit. He played really bad.
Hackett has your head coach?
Hackett, yeah, was your head coach. So then what's going on in 2022?
You bring in Sean Payton.
Sean Payton comes in.
Sean Payton hated him from the start.
Yeah, I never liked him. You get Drew Lock goes. They didn't think Drew Lock was going to be the guy, which, I mean, he's probably not.
No.
I mean, didn't think you could hit on a quarterback in a draft because it was young. You would have had Bryce Young, Stroud, Richardson, all these guys.
Will Levis.
And then we're like, nah, let's go get Russell Wilson. I mean, Seahawks Russell Wilson is fucking... If you were to pull up Seahawks Russell Wilson, like, highlights, like, you'd be in awe. Like, he was that dude in Seattle. And then that final year in Seattle, he just, like... I don't know. He just didn't play up to their standards, I guess. And then they didn't want to sign him, and that's when the Broncos signed him to that fucking big ass contract. And they were like, Gino, it's time. Now we're in there. And he won comeback player of the year, even though he didn't come back. He was just not shit. Like,
now we're in a world where Russell Wilson could be starting for
the Pittsburgh Steelers, probably.
With the Vikings.
I think it's gonna be Pittsburgh. I think Fields goes to Pittsburgh. You guys draft a quarterback. I don't know who it's gonna be. Russ goes to Pittsburgh on like a 1-year deal.
So Fields goes to the Falcons.
Yeah, I think. Well, they already.
I think Fields ends up in Atlanta.
It's basically set in stone already. I don't know what we're gonna get, but yeah. I asked you earlier. I said, how far does he move the scale
for
the Falcons? Like, Ritter was bad. Love Desmond Ritter. Ooh! Damn! Now I'm going to have 2 good quarterbacks, and they can run 2 quarterback set if they needed to. But Ritter, just some of those games, he just played most of those games, he played so fucking bad. And, like, they would have won with a normal quarterback basically playing. And, like, now we've been talking about it, everybody's like, oh, you're, like, drooling. You're like, Fields, Pitts, Bijan, Drake London, O-line's fine. Like, that offense is going to be fun. No more Arthur Smith. Oh, man. They got the whole world in their palm. So, I don't know. In that division, super winnable. I mean, the Panthers and Saints basically...
Been in the mix this year.
Saints and Panthers basically aren't anything, and then you just have the Bucks. And the Bucks are going to have a hard schedule now, and they might not even bring people back. So...
So it'll be them and the Saints if the Bucks just enter the rebuild mode.
Yeah.
But it's just like moving the needle. If he can go there and kind of be like unleashed and be more free and more of an offensive minded system, it's gonna be different because the Bears have been defensive minded and he hasn't really had a good OC like ever since he's been there. So like if you get him in a good situation, I mean, the sky's the limit for that rushing game for sure. It's just more so like
the Michael Vick comparisons are gonna be fucking crazy.
It's when like he gonna make some electric plays, but it's just gonna be like the consistent throwing, like is he being like accurate and everything else like that. And it's more because the Falcons defense is pretty solid.
He's gonna look so fucking good in the all black Atlanta unis.
You think Desmond Ritter makes a QB controversy at some point in the year?
Fuck no. He'll be the backup for sure.
That's your guy though.
I mean, no spoilers. I got to do the Falcons on the next episode, so I get no spoilers. I don't know. Maybe he starts for a couple weeks.
Right. But in terms of moving the needle, I think they would be the favorite. If you started the year and the Bucks weren't looking like the Bucks this year, Falcons probably the favorite betting wise.
And then like you go over to the Steelers, like adding Russ, does that move the needle? Like, is that like Super Bowl? Is that AFC Championship? I'm not gonna say Super Bowl because Super Bowl might be a little too crazy. No,
because their defense is good. But their defense has consistently not stayed healthy. Like, all it takes is for Watt to get hurt, and then your defense...
Or Minka.
Yeah, so, like, and their defense has been hurt all year. So I'm not going to take into account you add Russell Wilson, that solves all your problems on offense, because...
So we're like a wild card.
Oh, you're...
Or maybe past the wild card, that's it.
If you put Russ on the Steelers this year, when they played the Bills... They might win that game. They might fuck around and win that game. Because that game was close. So I think he gives you the push you need offensively. But it would more so come down to, can Watt stay healthy? Can your defense stay healthy? Because your defense is getting to the older side. So like if there was any time to like go experiment with Russ, because Kenny Pickett's obviously not the fucking guy.
No.
So if you were going to experiment, this is the time. This is like the only time you can do it. But who knows if the receivers, like they've had receiver attitude problems, like adding Russ isn't like the craziest, like so. I think that's the moves the Steelers need to make for sure. So go bring in a veteran guy, but moving the needle, it would make them more formidable. But I'm not gonna say they. I think
it definitely make them more of a threat.
Yeah,
like to teams, like be like, okay, we're playing the Steelers, and like we wouldn't clown Stroh so much now. Be like, okay, Steelers offense might turn up now. Yeah. Now they actually have a fucking competent person throwing the ball.
So
quarterback, they've always just been a quarterback away.
It just sucks that division they in is just fucking.
I mean that quarterback room for that division would be crazy.
They would be a dangerous wild card.
Watson, Lamar, Burrow, and Russ. That's pretty good.
I'm gonna say they'd be a dangerous wild card, more dangerous than they have been in years past in terms of moving the needle. But fuck it. I mean, that division could fuck around send 4
Yeah.
fucking teams. So if Russ can come there and let him cook, I mean, who knows?
Let him cook.
Let him cook.
Unlimited.
Ugh, maybe.
But I mean, him and Pitt makes the most sense. Him and Minnesota makes a little sense, but I hope we don't do that.
Mr.
That's the last.
Unlimited.
That's the last resort. But you guys want to wrap it up there?
Yes, sir.
Thank you guys for tuning in to the Barrel Talk podcast. Hope you tune in to future episodes.
Womp.